Good evening, everyone, and welcome. My name is Raquel Perez. I am a Ruby ambassador with Plexus, soon to be Diamond, and I have the incredible honor tonight to be accompanied by some amazing men that are going to be sharing their testimony. So I'm not going to be speaking very long because I want you to really focus on their stories. So to kick us off, I'm throwing the mic over to Michael. Michael, floor is yours, friend.
Yeah, I appreciate it, Raquel. There are so many different things. You invited us to come and speak and share our hearts. Uh, I'm a senior golden plexus. I am so grateful for this company because when I started, I was the dad that got home and needed a nap every single day after work. I looked fit. I was 15 years into my Marine Corps career. I had the joint pain. I had the irritability. I had the caffeine addiction that showed up with 3 or 4 cups of coffee a day. I had horrible nutrition habits, and I had medical providers that told me that's just how it was. A friend put Plexus in my hand, and like the total skeptic that I was, I said, I'm going to give it a shot, but I really don't think it's going to do anything for me. And by the end of day 4, I didn't need a nap. That was a little bit concerning to me because I'd gotten so used to naps. I didn't know what to do with the evening. I wasn't used to being able to have the energy to play with my kids. It was a little bit disorienting. And about 2 weeks in, I forgot my coffee. And then I started sleeping through the night about a month in. Through this entire thing, I had to start digging in and really looking at the science behind it because I want to make sure it wasn't a placebo, right? Like when you go from being irritated that people are telling you they feel amazing, which was the community that I was coming into. That amazing, it's almost offensive when you were at a point in your life where it's hard to imagine that you could feel amazing. And a lot had happened earlier in that. I've shared this story so many times, and without being a downer, like when Plexus found me, I had just lost my mother. And as if that wasn't hard enough, my wife had lost her mom 18 days before that. We were in a time where we needed to be present, not just for our kids, but for one another. We needed to be able to show up for our family. And when I say, like, thank God for Plexus, I discovered all this science and it made sense. And while I was taking note of that, people were taking note of the fact that apparently this brain fog, this cloud that had been hovering over me, and I didn't even realize was going away because I saw my performance evaluations go from totally average to this guy should be running the show, which is not to brag, but like what? It didn't make sense. All of a sudden, the meetings that I was attending were more impactful and being invited to speak and having the opportunities. I could go on and really just to say that all, like Plexus focuses on something that everybody needs. We all have a gut. We all have, in some way, shape, or form, even friends who have been through it in combat, this digestive tract that is composed of bacteria, neurons, and all these different bacterial things that I had to figure out because nobody else knew what it was 9 years ago. And if we can just find this one common solution, it's going to help men and women out with weight, with the things that I mentioned, that irritability, sleep problems, nightmares for me, that was a big thing. Waking up in a cold sweat, feeling pain from where I thought I had been injured. Digestive issues are a real common one. The bloating, the cravings, you name it. Um, and it's just been this opportunity to meet some really cool people. When you put this together, Raquel, we were joking before the call, but Luther and Ian and I, we had no idea that we were all jumping on. These guys are 700 miles away at the very least from me, and we hang out every week. We're boys. My boy TJ is on here. We just met a few months ago, and you get to meet some really, really cool people. As a company, we get together once a year. If you're working to share with others and help others, sometimes it's 2 times a year, sometimes it's 3 times a year, but it's always great. Um, I could ramble on. I mean, I am truly stoked about this. And as I reach out to people, they're like, "Will it really work for me?" Yeah, it'll really work for you too. You just have to try it. Like It's pretty simple. You take a drink in the morning, take a couple pills at night, you listen to your body and enjoy the benefits. But that's all I got.
Michael, I am so incredibly grateful for you. Like, you are so real. And I love the fact that you're willing to be vulnerable. And that's important, right? So I appreciate you so much.
I appreciate that.
And next up, I'm throwing the mic over to Ian. You ready, bro?
As long as you guys don't mind a darkened version of me or home, but I apologize for that. Whatever works best. But yeah, I am Ian Thurber. If you can see me, you'll be able to see me later, I guess. I'm almost home. But I'm a senior gold ambassador with Plexus. I am also a husband, a father, a 17-year veteran of the fire service, firefighter, paramedic. Sir, get the honor of serving on several special operations teams. And really, all that means is that I'm away from home a lot. 24 to 48 hours at a time, sometimes more, depending on what's going on. And I started feeling it. And honestly, I gotta give my bride some props and tell her story a little bit because my story wouldn't be here without hers. And it's a time where she ended up in the abridged version is she ended up in the hospital due to gallbladder issues. Had it removed, was put on several medications. None of them worked. And a friend, kind of like Michael's story, just gave her Plexus and was like, "Hey, you should try this out. I think it would really help." And who knew? Everything the doctor's saying didn't really work, and the medications didn't work, but this stuff for some reason did. So within a month, she came off her medications. She started feeling a whole lot better than she ever had. And I started to take a second look at it because I was skeptical as well. I believe, Luther and Michael and I have gotten pretty close over this past year and a half, and I think we all came in pretty skeptical to this. I think maybe it's just a guy thing, probably pride and stubbornness and whatnot. Uh, but it's the truth. So once I saw what they did for her, I did a deep dive research into it. At the time, I was like, well, I'm really struggling with a lot of bloating and irritation every time I eat. Um, Struggling with a lot of gas afterwards. Also, about to get kicked off the fire truck because of it, and that's a big deal. If you know anything about fire service or military, it's a whole bunch of guys getting together. We can be gross, but it is what it is. And so getting kicked off of that was a big deal. But anyway, so I started taking it. Started taking it from my blow. If it can just help me do that, I'll be, 100% better. I was working out a lot, eating right, so I was like, I don't really know what else it could be. Within a week, my bloating and irritation were gone. But then I started noticing and having other things happen to me that I had just chalked up to just parts of the job, right? Fire service career, 17 years. My sleep's been messed up. I hadn't gotten a good night's sleep in 17 years. My immune system's all jacked up. I'm moody. I'm addicted to energy drinks. I'm having, upwards of 1,000 milligrams of caffeine a day just to kind of make it. I'm dragging. My brain fog is insane. Like it's hard to concentrate. All these things. All that to say, over the next month, I started noticing these things go away and or get better. And I wasn't ready for that. I wasn't ready. I didn't know how to take it. I slept through the night for the first time in 17 years and woke up with energy I never thought was possible on my own, going kind of like Michael did. Well, what am I supposed to do now? It's the first thing in the morning. I'm wide awake. I don't know what to do. I usually go pound an energy drink, but I don't need it. It was crazy. The concentration came back. It's a lot easier for me to concentrate. My immune system, I used to get sick every time the wind changed directions down here in Florida. New pollen would come up, mosquitoes, what have you. I would get sick all the time. Knock on wood, I've been sick for maybe a day since I started taking these supplements. My immune system is through the roof. It's been absolutely insane. So needless to say, we fell in love with these products, right? The natural energy, the sleep, the way it just completely changed my bride's life around. And we are like, why do not more people know about this? More people absolutely need this in their lives. So we started sharing, we started meeting the most amazing people
I don't know how we lost him when he got still. That's crazy.
Quality of life get better. See they're just the joy come back in their face when they're like, hey, I was able to come home from work and I didn't take a nap. I was able to take my boy out for soccer, and I didn't fall asleep on the sofa when I sat down to play with my kids. And I don't need these gosh dang energy drinks anymore because they're poison, on top of getting rid of a bunch of stuff. It has been such a huge blessing. So I get passionate, I talk fast, and I can talk long about it, but I'm just so thankful for everything that this has done for me and my family. And I'm just so thankful for the opportunity for the business side of things, because not only do we get to be there and walk through life with these people as their health improves, as their quality improves, as we see relationships improve, we also the business has also provided me a way to be able to not have to work so much overtime and spend so much time away from my family that I get that back. I get to get memories with, make more memories with my family, with my kids. I get to not miss as many important moments, and I look forward to increasing that and being able to stay home and do it full time. And that's a dream that I never would have had if this opportunity hadn't came into my lap. So I could talk all night, just like Michael, and I'm sure Luther can as well. But I will let Luther at least have 2 words in tonight. Um, and yeah, that's what I got. So I appreciate the opportunity and come on.
Ian, you rock. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. And there's something that you shared that I actually like. I absolutely love the fact that you said you starting the first, it started with your wife, then you. And in that process, it's the impact that you're having with everyone around you, right? It's the people that you're sharing with, it's your friends, it's your families, it's your coworkers. Everyone is being impacted because of the decision that your wife made, that then you made, right? And it's that trickle down effect. So I super appreciate that. So thank you so much for sharing. Last but definitely not least, Luther, what's up, you bro?
Oh man. So I mean Michael and Ian and TJ now knows this about me. I could be a little bit long-winded. So I'm gonna try not to bore y'all a little bit, but I am very excited and very passionate about specifically men for a couple of reasons on these products. Okay. And I'm gonna give you those reasons. Okay. Guys, in our families, who is called to lead the way? It's you. Okay. It's 100% you. It's designed that way. And a lot of us men do a very, very poor job of taking care of ourselves. And then we expect we turn around and we look at our family and go, well, why are things falling apart? It's because you're falling apart, right? That's where Plexus found me. Okay. That's where my story is going to start. So I want y'all to know I'm talking to myself. All right. So my Plexus story is funny. Started as a skeptic. My wedding photographer, my wife and I got married in 2016. My wedding photographer, she was like, hey, Luther, she's in South Carolina, sent me a full triplex, was like, I want you to try these products. I think they would be great for you. She didn't even know that I had dealt with gut health issues since I was a teenager. Okay. You should try these products. I think they'd be great for you. But the business side of it, I think you'd be amazing at. I think you should give the products a shot and tell me what you think. Okay. I'm gonna tell y'all, I tried the products for 2 weeks. I saw phenomenal results and I said, nope, this is stupid. That was me. That was me. The guy that took the products, had phenomenal results, no belching, acid reflux had gone away. I had leaned out, like all of these things, and I was like, I don't need gut health. What is gut health? I just didn't know anything about it. Okay. Fast forward a few years, I am still doing all the same things I was doing. I've always been a gym rat in the gym 5 to 6 days a week working out. I keep getting injured. My inflammation is high. I'm tired all the time. I got acid reflux, even though I'm trying to work out and eat clean, because that's what they tell us, right? If you work out and eat clean, everything will take care of itself. Not quite. Okay. And then I had IBS type symptoms, acid reflux real bad. Like they've already talked about it, lacking energy, brain fog, whole nine, right? I'm a fitness trainer at this point. Like, how can you be having these things and try to help people, guide people into their best health? So actually, well, another one of my friends was like, "Hey, have you ever tried Plexus?" And I was like, "Actually, I have." And I remember seeing really good results. She was like, "Well, you should definitely try it again." And I was like, "Well, I think I definitely will." Because at this point, Plexus, I want you to think about where you were when Plexus found you. Plexus found me as a 32-year-old, this real time, found me as a 32-year-old trainer, teacher with tons of gut health issues, migraines, allergies, you name the list. I was on it somewhere. Okay. Family history, rap sheet, right? And so I had a decision to make in that moment. Was I going to accept where I was as my reality, or was I going to do something to change it? And I think so many people think, well, this is just the way it is. I've dealt with this for years. It's just the way it is. Oh, my back has been this way. Oh, my knee has been this way. Oh, I've always had this stomach issue. Oh, I've always belched after I eat. Like those are excuses that we make to stay where we are. When the reality is there is a solution and we have it. Thank God we found it, right? So I start Plexus this time for real, for real. And within a month and a half, all of it goes away. The IBS symptoms, the acid reflux, the brain fog. I haven't had a migraine since I started Plexus, which I was a chronic migraine person. I forgot all about it. 2 years into Plexus, I was like, y'all, there was a day in my classroom when I was a teacher that I literally was under the desk for the entire day because I couldn't I couldn't open my eyes to see the light. My migraine was so bad. How I couldn't drive home either. So there I was stuck under my desk in my office. Ridiculous, right? And so all of it went away. My wife, 8 months pregnant, dealing with acid reflux. She starts the products. Acid reflux goes away. I'm like, okay, maybe there's something to this. And so we continue on the products and they continue to reap benefits. And so we're like, you know what? We can't. I actually sent three of my friends. I was feeling so good. I sent three of my friends to the girl that signed me up. It was like, you have to try these products. You have to try these products. You have to try these products. And they were like, hey, you're feeling so good and you're seeing results. I trust what you're saying. We'll go try the products. And then she looked at me and was like, you can share with them too. And I was like, no, I didn't. And so I just started sharing with people because I was excited about what was happening in my life. And you know what? When people experience the same thing, they get excited about that too. Okay. I didn't tell y'all this, but I am a Ruby ambassador in the company. Okay. All that means is I've helped a lot of people get healthy. Okay. That's all that means. Any of these ranks, anything you see about a rank or a trip or anything, all that is a reflection of the number of people that you're helping to be their better selves, a better version of themselves. That's all that is. And that is what this is about. It is about helping people reach their best self, period. And our products do that. Okay. So the products absolutely changed our lives. I honestly didn't even start the business to start a business. I started the business because I quit my teaching job, got a new job. My wife was like, hey, I want to stay home. And I was like, okay, that's fine. But I can't give these products up because they're changing my life. They're changing your life. And so we was like, well, let's just get our products paid for. And then what we found again over time was that people really need these products. A lot of people don't know that there's a solution to their problem. And a lot of people are skeptical about the fact that there's a solution to their problem because they're so used to just sitting in their mess. Okay. We have to be bold enough to say, hey, I was sitting in my mess too, and I didn't believe that there was a problem. There was a solution to my problem. But I'm telling you, you should give this a shot because just maybe it's a way out of your mess. Just maybe it's a way out of that thing that you've been dealing with year after year after year after year. It doesn't have to be that way. And then have them Google gut health and whatever their mess is, and they will see a connection. Why? Because the gut literally is tied to everything. Everything. Okay. So that is my gut health story. The business side of it, y'all, I cannot. So I just kind of segued into it. So my wife is now working as a part-time preschool assistant. I don't know if you know anything about church preschools, but they don't pay a lot of money. Okay. We are very thankful for that because it's 9 to 1, 4 days a week, and she still gets to be mama. Okay. So she still gets to be home. She still gets to be present with our kids. And I'm so thankful for that. But Plexus has supplemented our income. month after month after month after month. Even as things have gotten more expensive, guess what? We haven't had to worry about whether or not we can put food on the table, or whether or not we're going to be able to pay our car notes, or whether or not we're going to pay our mortgage. Why? Because Plexus has supplemented our income, and what my wife lost, we've almost replaced completely, right? Just by helping people get healthy. So men, again, you're on this call. We're called to lead the way. That is physically, right? There should be nobody in your house that's healthier than you, because you should be leading the charge. You should be leading the way and leading your family into health. And that is physical health, that is mental health, that is emotional health. You can't pawn that one off. That is financial health. We are to be leading the way in all of those facets. Why? Because when we do that, our families thrive. Our families absolutely thrive. And this opportunity, these products, this business give you the opportunity to do that and be present. I used to go, I used to like go out and try to find like odd jobs outside of the house to go make money to make ends meet, right? Maybe I go wash cars or go cut grass. Or anybody else been down that road before? Just trying to do stuff to get some extra cash, or having to work overtime, right? Because we know it's gonna be a little bit tighter this month. What if you could replace all your overtime with this and be home while doing it? That's absolutely a big deal. Why? Because it doesn't matter how much you provide for your family if you aren't present for them to enjoy you. It's presence over provision. Your family needs you, not your money. Now, money's necessary, and so we have to live in that balance, right? So get absolutely take care of the finances, but don't sacrifice presence in order to do so, because your family should not miss out on you. And that's my story. This opportunity has allowed me to, again, not just make ends meet, but provide margin in our budget and be home and bring my kids into something and a community, right? Ian lives in Florida. Michael lives in North Carolina, right? Like, we live nowhere, and we hang out every week. We hang out every Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern, and we edify each other. And we like, it's a brotherhood. We got several other guys. TJ's one of them that joins us every week. Why? Because we found community in this. And I don't know if y'all know this about dudes, but it's hard for dudes to find community of people that like minded. That's really hard. But we found it here, and I'm so, so thankful for everything that God has brought to me through this business. And that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
Yeah. I feel like I need to pass the collection basket now. Bro, it's all you. Um, thank you. Because it's presence over, right? And I don't, as a woman hearing you guys' story, I see it from both sides, right? And ladies, this is recorded. So I want you to take this recording, and I want you to have that important man, whether it's your spouse, boyfriend, whatever that title looks like. If it's your children, I need you to take that special man or men in your life and have them watch this. Because when I tell you that these guys are the real deal, listen, they're not just my friends, they're my brothers. And it is such an honor to be able to hear each and every one of their stories, to be able to do life with them, to see them in their journey, not only their individual journey, but in their journey as spouse, as leaders in the community. Like, listen, literally every man should be on this call. So, guys, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. I am so grateful for you guys. I really am. And I can't say thank you enough. With that said, I'm going to stop the recording. But guys, we're going to hang out. You have an opportunity to have conversations. So we'll be right back.